Hi everyone and welcome to my unboxing video of The Legend of Heroes, Kai no Kiseki, Farewell Semuria, Limited Edition. So it's I believe 13th game in such a long running Trails series. And I am still quite far behind in the series because I only started playing through it like a few years ago. So it will be taking a while before I play all the previous games, so I can start playing through this, but because the limited edition was like 20th year anniversary celebration for the series, I decided to get this limited edition for some of these 20th anniversary like celebration items and such. Even though I'm not I will not be playing the game for at least a few years before it's taking me so long to play through the entire series. And I feel like it's really cool and in many ways quite unique game series, and I feel like I hear so many people wanting to give this series a try, but because all the games are kind of connected to each other, even though they are like different story arcs and such, they still end up connecting in some way together. And because because of course everyone wants to start from the beginning of the Trails in the Sky trilogy, and that those games are not available on like modern consoles. Of course there are those PC versions available digitally, so people can play them, but I feel like quite many fans of modern games don't feel those old style games appealing, even though at least I and I believe many other people still love those early Trails games. But speaking of the Trails in the Sky trilogy, I am so happy that Falcom finally announced remaster version of first Trails in the Sky game, so that game is finally becoming available for modern audience on modern platforms and such. I really love these Falcom limited edition boxes. I feel like it's so unique, like the textured surface of the box. It's nice little dots and also the whole like the sliding style of the box. It's nice, and also the artwork here with the little, not sure if the camera picks it, like the text here is little shiny and such. So yeah, I love these Falcom limited edition boxes. And contents wise, it's rather simple game. And then there's this little box. Oh, starts with the DLC code for some Semuria background music collection. So yeah, I do like the music in Falcom games, so it's nice to have some more variety to the background music. because there's so many nice songs throughout the series. I don't see any expiration date on the code, just in case if someone's wondering. I do like the design of the box, having the different characters from different games on the different sides of the box. That's nice touch. And inside here, what else we have? I suppose the most simple item here is the soundtrack. Then we have the 20th anniversary items like the memorial pin badge. Seems quite nice. And last item here are the cards. Also like 20th anniversary, like memorial cards of the characters throughout the series. And also some serial number here. I wonder what that is meant for. So, where do we start taking more close look at the items? So yeah, as I said already, it's rather simple limited edition, but I do like it how it's like themed to be the 20th anniversary celebration of the series. And of course, another thing about the Falcom games often is that the limited edition comes with soundtrack, but only a mini soundtrack. So they release like other like separate full soundtrack after the game's release and only give you a sample of the soundtrack with the limited edition. It is a little bit shame, but yeah, it is what it is. I do like the artwork here. Looking at the flying star in the sky there. And no booklet, simply a little piece of paper with the track list. So only 8 tracks. So yeah, at least nice to have a little sample of the soundtrack, but still I would wish that Falcom would start giving like full soundtracks with their limited editions. And we already took a little look at here. I'm not entirely sure what the serial number is meant for. I suppose that must be like personal serial number, giving different numbers for each copy of the limited edition. Next, which side this little pouch opens from. I'm so confused. I can see the edges, but I can't Do I have to break the pouch? Or the packaging? How this can be so confusing? I can't find the open. I guess I have to just flip it. Okay, there it is. So it was right on the edge of the pouch. Confusing how it was so hard to find. But yeah, so it's a little memorial pin badge of the Kiseki's 20th anniversary. So usual pin connector on the back and a little bit of artwork on the back side. Nihon Falcon Corporation. And yeah, it is a little cool little pin badge for Kiseki series. So yeah, I do like it. And next, let's take a look at these little cards here. So we have these little cards. How do you say it? They are a little bit curved like this because of they are called like metallic cards. So it has this like foil surface which tends to make the cards a little bit curved like this. Familiar for some collector of those trading card games with the foil cards having this like curve on them. But yeah, cool little cards with bunch of characters from different games in the series. I do recognize most of the characters on the front here, but yeah, some of the characters on the back row are not that familiar to me. But yeah, here we have the main characters of Sora no Kiseki, first chapter and second chapter. It's nice how they have like given each like story arc own little card here and giving a spotlight for main characters of each story arc. And next we have the main characters of Sora no Kiseki the third, so the last game of the first trilogy in the series. The year here has a little bit. I wonder if that is like. Well, I do see the spots like here, so it seems like it's intentional and not like scratched or anything. Still a little bit weird to mess up the the year there, but yeah. And the little 20th anniversary cake there is so cute. That's to the artwork here. And yes, next we have Zero and Auno Kiseki. I actually started playing through the game with Zero no Kiseki instead of Sora no Kiseki, but I feel like, well, the main characters of Sora no Kiseki were in some of the like cutscenes in Zero no Kiseki, and after that I thought, okay, now I have to play through the Sora no Kiseki series instead of continuing to the Ao no Kiseki, so I know those characters from the cutscenes. But yeah, of course you can play through the Zero and Ao no Kiseki story arc before playing all the Trails in the Sky games. So yeah, there is a little bit of freedom of in which order to play through the games, but they will eventually end up connecting the same story. And next we have Zen no Kiseki 1 through 4. So Trails of Cold Steel, was that the English title for this story arc? I still haven't played all the Cold Steel games, so yeah, that is where I am currently, and slowly playing one of the games in like few months. I do want to take a rather long break between all the games because yeah, they are somewhat overwhelming with all the content and all that. And next we have Hachimari no Kiseki. And funnily, actually Hachimari no Kiseki was the first game in the series that I ever bought, which seems like funny now afterwards, because yeah, I had been interested in the series for a long time, and I thought Hachimari no Kiseki's limited edition was quite interesting, so I ended up getting it and then decided, of course, I need to play through all the previous games instead of starting from like, is it the 10th game in the series, Hachimari no Kiseki? Something like that. So yeah, it is rather late entry. And next we have Kuro no Kiseki 1 and 2. Funnily, I haven't even bought Kuro no Kiseki 2 yet. I need to still get that game in my collection and play through that also before I even start Kai no Kiseki. And I believe Kai no Kiseki also has same main characters as Kuro no Kiseki games, if I'm not mistaken. Kai no Kiseki is like ending for that story arc, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I do like this quite a lot. Maybe to some extent I would have hoped them to be a little bit bigger. I feel like this is rather small size for this artwork cards, but still I do love it how it's themed to be like 20th anniversary celebration and giving artwork for all the main characters of each story arc. That is really nice in my opinion, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to get this limited edition. And only thing left is the game box itself. And of course each game has quite a lot of other characters on top of all those main characters on those artwork cards. Oh, seems like there's actually a little manual in here. That is rather rare these days. So I definitely want to take a quick look here. Also advertising the 20th anniversary on the back side of the manual. And of course we start with a little prologue for the story. What has happened between like the Kiseki 2 and this game. And world. The main areas of the game and short introductions for all of them. And then we have the different locations of the capital. Each game takes like place in one main city, and there's a lot of little locations that you can visit and also of course explore the areas around that city. And next we have the characters. So we have some characters from Kiseki game and also a lot of side characters. As I said, I haven't played either of the Kiseki games yet, so I'm not entirely sure if there's any new characters or are they all familiar from Kiseki games. But yeah, it seems like we have quite many characters here, like usual for the Rails games. And also some keywords for the story, events, and of course manual needs explanation of controls. So yeah, I believe that's everything. For the limited edition, it is rather simple. Soundtrack being only a sample mini soundtrack instead of full soundtrack, only a handful of little items, and biggest problem that I have here is that there's no like art book or anything like that. So yeah, it is rather simple, but for what there is, I do really like these 20th anniversary items. Especially the cards are really nice and cute. I love the metallic surface, so shiny. But yeah, maybe the cards are rather small. I would have hoped them to be a more like postcard size maybe. That would have been so nice for the artwork on those cards and such. But yeah, rather simple, but oh, and I do like Falcom's limited edition box designs. I do really like that. I do need to give a little credit for the box itself, because yeah, I do like this, and I do like so many Falcom limited edition boxes. on both Trails games and as well on the Ease games also. Both game series always have nice boxes for their limited editions. Game itself I'm not going to be playing for a while because I have so many games to play in the series before I get to this one. But yeah. So yeah. Maybe little more items here and bigger cards and full soundtrack, and it would have been really nice. Little 20th anniversary celebration for Kiseki series, but still I do like the artwork cards and also the pin pads. But yeah, I suppose that's everything. Thanks for watching and bye.